Well, good blessed morning to each and every one of you all. Welcome to the last day of August. Just on the verge of going into September. So good morning to each and every one of you all. Hopefully you all have awoken this morning in good condition, feeling great and ready to go forward into today and face all the challenges head on. This morning I do not have my co-star with me. As you know already, she's gone to get a follow-up checkup. Everything is good with her though, I know that for sure. But she is here with me in my heart, and she was up with me earlier this morning when we were talking about going out briefly though, because she was late last night celebrating with her mum on her birthday again. Happy birthday, mother. Hopefully you have a great day, and hopefully everyone else on here has their plans and preparations to make sure this is the best day ever. All right, so we're in Bath Beach in Barbados. We're not going to go around the corner, because as you go around the corner towards the actual recreational area and stuff, we lose signal. Signal out there is really bad. It comes in and out, so sometimes you may come out here and get it and not. So all depends. But this morning we're going to walk in a northerly direction towards Cell Tower, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some beautiful Barbados. But this is what I am being graced with this morning. Is this not absolutely stunning? I mean, if you were here in Barbados and you're up and you're hearing the birds chirping like we are right now, I mean, physically yourself, well, you're in for a brilliant day. If you are anywhere else in the world, you are waking up in Barbados. So you can call your friends and family and say, hey, I have woken in Barbados this morning. And they're going to tell you, no, I saw your car next door. Yeah, but you still walk here because you're on live with us. Welcome all you EMC Live Warriors. You are the energy. You are the source of love for us this morning. Can't read the comments if you're making comments or asking for any requests or whatever. I am personally unable to do that because I do not have my co-star, my wife, with me this morning. She usually checks them, feeds back and anything, because using this YouTube channel it's very difficult to follow the comments, as the actual comments are delayed in comparison to the film in itself. So when they do come through, they come through as a cluster. Sometimes they stick up because there's so many of them that I can read a few. So if you hear me make a mention of a couple of comments, they're the ones that I've actually seen. Don't see anything this morning. At the moment, I do see 2 thumbs up. Thank you for awakening in Barbados and waking me up with a thumbs up. Thank you very much. And all the others, good morning to each and every one of you. We're going to say our Serenity prayer as we watch the sun rising here. The dark cloud will probably not let us see the sunrise a little bit later on. That's not going to stop us though, because we know it's there. We're going to say our Serenity prayer now. We're going to ask for some peace and comfort and guidance and protection as we are making our way through a very secluded area, an area which I only usually come by myself, or if I'm in a large group. I wouldn't bring Jeanette down in here and walk this line by her, with me and her alone. It's not that I'm any kind of he-man, it just is that by myself I can probably talk my way out of most things, but with a lady around that might be a little bit more challenging. All right, so Serenity prayer, please join us if you'd like to. All others will be back with you in a few moments time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Oh my goodness, is that not just beautiful? I hope you all are getting a good enough resolution. I know if you're on Facebook, you would not be. Everything will be blurry, so hopefully the YouTube signal this morning is nice and crystal clear, that you'll be able to see all this here. Stunning natural Barbados as we are making our way through it. I'm not going deep into it. Let me just take you on an old section that used to be a part of the train line itself. As I said before, we are in Bath Beach. Directly behind us, you would have seen a strange looking rock, looks something like a frog. It is termed by us as mother frog. This is where a lot of people surf as well. When there's a big north swell and stuff, you get a really good left that comes and peels and comes up inside here. You can sometimes get it right as well too, depending on the tide and the conditions. But this is a surf spot. Not many people surf. It is mother frog. And then we have a few more on the outside reef as well. If you've been to Bath Beach for many years in the past, you would have seen numerous more stones out of the water, rocks out of the water. A lot of them, through the erosion around the base and stuff, have fallen over the years. But you will remember there were many of them out there when you used to come over the hill. Nowadays, you're only seeing 2 or 3, and then you're seeing some platforms, if it's a very low tide, of where some used to stand. Now, obviously, the most beautiful thing around here, I wouldn't have to tell you what that is. You would know for yourself, but I'm going to show you because I don't want to deprive you of the most amazing view for the morning. So let's start off that way. I want each and every one of you all. Blessings to you all. Let us start our morning. This morning when I came down here, it was a little bit darker, of course. I've been on here 15-20 minutes. We are using our other setting this morning, which is a little more fluent in all directions. Let's see how that works out. You'll see an umbrella being moved around up there. There are some guys that are actually shark fishing. They've been here all night. I don't mean to speak out of turn, but it's a very big cooler, a lot of empty bottles. So we all know what fishing for sharks or fishing all night is like. Just a quick memory, looking at it upside down as we did the right side up, which we'll do in a couple more seconds. We are the Journey 246. You've never heard of us before and you stumbled on this live vlog or on this vlog, which is going to be stored on YouTube. That is who we are, the Journey 246. Basically, this is Jeanette's and my journey, and others walk with us on their journey. So it is the journey, and 246 obviously represents Barbados area code. So it's the journey of Barbados pretty much, and that symbol below is what it is all about love and care and kindness and all the beautiful positive things that many people seem to lose during the hustle and bustle of a day and during the, I have to say, challenges and sometimes confrontations. But let's remember, it's all based on love. Walk away, breathe, and come back. I know for sure, I've been on this earth long enough to know that even if I'm right, sometimes I say things that are so upsetting that when I walk away, I feel terrible. And I feel terrible for weeks and weeks on end because I had no right speaking that way and stuff. Remember, it's not how we respond, it's how we react is a problem. It's our responses that can be beautiful and good. All right, so this was used originally. I don't know exactly what it's for, but I believe it could have been a ticket booth or something, because we do know there was a small house up on top of this years ago. There are steps that still lead its way up. I've been up there many years ago and I actually have many more steps. But I can't really tell you exactly what it was for. I'm sure there's some people on here that are very ancient who might be able to let you know exactly what that was. You'll see this big white line going out here. No, it is not electrical cord going to the a rock out there where they can put lights and stuff. That is what they're fishing with. Of course, you're talking about sharks. You're talking about a very, very heavy gauge and stuff. We got everybody's young fellas who've been out here all night enjoying themselves. This is beautiful Barbados as it used to be. I say as it used to be. All Martins Bay, Concept Bay, here along Bath Beach, into Cattle Wash, Bashaba, all of them have these styles of home. We're coming back a little bit. I know we're walking back a little bit from where we were going, but I want to show you why I always say that we need to control what we build on this side of the island. It is natural, it is beautiful, stunning terrain. Let's try and not modernize it too much. Let's not take away this beautiful charm of down here as in Bath Beach, as we've lost in some other areas in the island. So this is why I like to see, this is a traditional beach house. This used to line all of the coastlines in all the areas I used to call, that I've called to you before. The quietest of all of these here, I would have to say, would possibly be this same Bath Beach. Concept Bay is quite quiet as well. And then when we get down to Bashba and Calawash, etc., it starts to get a little bit more busy. But up here is so beautiful and laid back. Here comes the sun. There's a big cloud there, but it's still penetrating the lower section of it. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Good morning, sun. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning, everyone. Sending our love from myself and Jeanette and from everyone else that walks with us. As I said before, if you've just found us, we are the Journey 246. We are known as the EMC-Gatherings, early morning crew. We don't do as much early morning outs at the moment because we're obviously conserving on gas and stuff, and we like to go where there are a lot of people, because the more people, the more love, and the more opportunities of spreading goodness and positiveness around. So we haven't been doing it. Hopefully one of these days we'll be able to do it again, but gasoline and wear and tear and costs and stuff like that, we have to be realistic and budget a little bit and stay within reality. So that's why you don't see us out as many times as you would have in the past. It's not that we've got lazy and stuff. We just have to cut and contrive, as they like to say. Stunning morning, breathtaking. If you have not subscribed to our channel, this morning would be, and you have found us either now or even later in the replay of it, this morning is an indication of why you should always subscribe and turn your notifications to our channel. we're not stopping here all day. This is not our tour, but I got a couple of things I want to say. And when I start walking, I get distracted so quickly onto beautiful scenery that we'll be seeing and different things. So I'd like to mention it. If you do not subscribe and do not turn on your alerts for us, you will not know when we're on. We put up a very brief thing this morning, walking in and watching the sunrise. Come and join us. But that was like an hour ago. So many of you that have been sleeping, unless you live in Europe or something where you're so far advanced that you would be up already and probably having breakfast, lunch, or dinner, depending on where in the world you are. Australians also visit us as well. So that's how you do it. That's how you keep on track with us. I see some more feet coming over the tent. That means that's one of the earlier bit. I hope that's not a moss to be caught. I hope it's actually a fish that we can see. So beautiful down here. Nature at its absolute best. Stunning. Yeah, that's going right out, probably on a piece of reef or something. But anyhow, we're going to go this way. We're not going to disturb these guys too much. All right, so on to the route itself. We've done sunrises from down here before. I'm not sure these guys want to show up and say anything. They might be a little bit tired. I'll chat them off camera and then see if they would like to say good morning. Morning, gents. Y'all would like to say hello to any of your friends anywhere in Barbados this morning, or you all want to play incognito? Because I see you got a big round ball there. Some coke. Hey, let me show you these fellas relaxing. If you come to Barbados, this is the kind of things you should be doing. You got to meet up with some Bajans and hang out and see what it's all about, correct? Absolutely, man. So, y'all fellas caught anything? Oh, this is what you caught last night. This is your bait that you're using. Bait. Any big bites yet? I see out there as a piece of moss or something pulling on the road.
No,
huh?
the night came in overnight.
Right.
But we had a big bite the other night. We had a lot of big pole.
Right. There's sharking you all are doing, catching sharks and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, man. Nice, man. You're also having a great time. This is something that's absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this freedom, huh? All right, fellas, I don't keep you too long, right? Thanks very much for talking to us, man. We are the EMC. I don't know if you've heard about us. We do a lot of coverage of CUNY community, sunrise vlogs. We've done every beach and every piece of coastline. So we like to interact with all those that we see along the way because the beauty of Barbados is in the people, always. All right, fellas, you all take care. Have a good day, man. Good catching, man. All right, so let's make our way up again. So that's it. So you can walk up to Bajans and talk to Bajans even at this time of morning. Most of them, as you can see, sleeping. There's one or two of them inside the tent still, but they're willing to talk to us, and that is how it is in Barbados. And as usual, what do? We interact with Bajans, because that is what we're all about. Bajans, anybody who is here. So when I say Bajans, understand, I mean people in Barbados. It doesn't have to, you don't have to come here and break off. It's a Bajan accent for me to talk to you. I'll talk to anyone. Jeanette and myself go about spreading love. It does not make a difference who is around or who we're spreading to. Quick walk in through here, right where this van is parked. It's on the right hand side. If you were to walk up there another 100 yards, you will come to the biggest waterfall in the world. That's the Bath Beach waterfall. If you have never seen it before, you need to visit it. If you have seen Niagara Falls and you want to see something even bigger, just come up in here, take a right from where we are up that little incline. It used to drive through to the Earth Station originally, but that's been blocked off because it hasn't really been used for many, many years. But up in there, you'll find a lot of picnics and stuff. Anytime it's a bank holiday, you'll find Bajans up there cooling out by the waterfall. Beautiful, beautiful location with a massive river. Broad. So, the morning has literally started. All right, this is where we're going. Check the shoes today, though, just so you'll see. I got on a pair of my 4x4s. Remember, when you're here 4x4s, it means some heavy-duty hiking boots. I recommend you wear mid-cuts if you're coming to Barbados. You can get a lot of rolling out here. You can get a lot of breaking off of coral if you're in other cliffs. You can get a lot of slippage out here. We've had some rain last night, so it's going to be a little bit on the ticklish side going through here. We might have to do 1 step forward and 2 steps backwards, but we can try our best to take you into beautiful Barbados and let you hear the whistling frogs and stuff. So I can give you a couple of seconds. I am not winded. I'm not breathless. I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds to enjoy what it's like down here. This is a surprise to my wife too, because she did not even know that I was coming down here today. She knew I called her. I told her that we were going to be doing a daybreak, but I wouldn't be able to tell her where from. You're going to see mongs and mongs of sargassum out here. This is where it gets captured here and along the east coast. These areas don't get a lot of movement of water anyway because of the outer reef. If you're coming over Bath Hill, you will see how it looks as though they have Two different ripples coming in from either side, and I have like a channel that comes through the middle. That's where the water comes in through the reef. The ripples are where the waves are on the reef itself. So water that comes into this inside section, unlikely unless it gets really, really big, or if it comes in, it's a lot calmer because it's being diffused on the outer reef. This morning, it doesn't even look like the East Coast. It looks over somewhere on the South or West Coast or something. More the South, but very, very good. All right, so you want hikers. We just mentioned that. Out here is made up. It's the East Coast of the island. Remember, there's going to be a lot of clay in this mud as well. So over here is extremely slippery. The going is going to be a little bit tough. So we're going to do it slowly and gracefully because I'm not in the mood to dirty up my pants. I don't mind falling down because I am that awesome at getting back up. All right, so all along the walk, we're just going to show you a couple of them. We're not show you all. All along the walk, there are little beautiful spots such as this, little secret spots where you can actually make your way out onto the actual cliff area itself. Now, in later on in the year, when the sargassum clears up, out here is going to be stunning. You're going to find little beaches at certain times of the year that you don't find at other times of the year. We call them seasonal beaches, just so you would know. They're not here all the time. Depends on the time and the conditions of weather. If a system has passed or not, you'll find those seasonal beaches such as this here. As you can see where those guys are fishing, we could literally have walked around there just in maybe the ankle deep of water onto this beach and then come up here. However, understand that I try and keep these shoes as dry as possible because it's going to get a little more ticklish. But have a look at that scenery. You are in Barbados and you are waking up right now with 27 other people online watching. Hopefully you're appreciating what you're seeing. If you do think that this is nice and you are enjoying it, I know you enjoy my voice and I know you're just absolutely mesmerized by my handsomeness, but if you enjoy the other background scenery, which is not nearly as amazing as me, you could give us a little thumbs up. Let us know you're enjoying what you're seeing. Let us know, give us a little encouragement, and also if you drop us a comment, we will most definitely get back to you. We do a lot of YouTube now. Originally we started off on Facebook. That's where we started. We had issues with the platform because it would not go horizontal. It would only go vertical at one stage of the game. Tried numerous different techniques, did not work. We say no, we done with that. Jeanette had been after me to come onto YouTube for years, and I was so stubborn. But the thing is that now we've done so, I realized why. The quality, superior quality majority of the time. Able to get rich colors and stuff. Don't be frightened to hold on to anything out here. Just be careful it doesn't have thorns on it, because remember there are macaw palms on the side of the island. There are all other types of thorny plants and bush on the side. And there's also, you will find match-nail trees as well. Right now I have on a hat. I didn't show you that in the beginning because I wanted you to see my entire handsome face and my amazing hairstyle and my golden locks that don't have any gray in it whatsoever. I want to share that with you, so I took off the hat for you to have a look. But walking through here this morning because of the drip, 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 because I know the match-nail trees, I do have on a shirt. Very unusual. Though mine is only a vest. I only get blisters on my shoulders if anything. And I have on a hat just to protect my scalp. And we're going to make our way through. This is a very popular hiking route. Goes along the original train line of Barbados. Goes right down, all along through here, down through Martins Bay, Glen Burnie, down by Foster Hall, down by just under Foster Hall. On the Andromeda, comes into Bashaba, then you go across George River Bridge, right into Calawash and beyond, as far as you really want to walk, right under Walkers. So there's a lot of walking to do. So if you want, you know, just make sure bring your hikers. You're gonna want them for here because you've seen why already. I want to take you in these little nooks and crannies. So I got a full battery. This gimbal is working absolutely amazingly. I'm not entirely brand name because we've been through a lot of tough ones. So you need to toughen yourself up, have a few bad selections, and then find something really good. If you pay me enough, I could possibly tell you. We do like lots of zeros. All right, so all down here, laden and littered with sea great bush. But these are little lookouts. See, this is why we say, when you're driving in Barbados, get out your car. If not, you don't see Barbados. How many of you have seen this? Yes, I should have listened to you. All right, Jeanette. Even when you are thousands of miles away, you know to put a beat in my bonnet then. I just saw it. Oh my goodness. What? Yes, I agree. I can't really pronounce it right. It looks like a Zervo. I'm not too sure. That may be wrong pronunciation. Blame Jeanette because she's not here. If she was here, she would have told me how to pronounce it. But this is beautiful and charming and quaint. This is how Barbados used to be in all these little pockets over on the southeastern and eastern side. Just absolutely beautiful. Look at this here. We have gone literally a couple of 100 yards and look at the different angles we're seeing this at, and look at the beautiful views that we're taking in. Is this not just stunning? All right, we got Bath to the side we're turning from, and then we go into Congor Bay. That's just over there as well. You can get here by many different ways. The way I just come is through the car. I park just out there by the guys, and then I'm going to walk along the train line. You could go up by the 3 crosses on top of the hill, come down that cart track, which is pretty steep and long, work your way down the coastline and then come up. We're just at the point there where we would love to go and take you around into the Martins Bay area. We can't because the signal goes dead from there. The tower is just up here on the right hand side of that elevation, so left hand side of the elevation. We'll show you that in a few minutes if we get to see it, but we're going to show you all we can show you this morning. If you come over here and you find out here without any sargassum, and you see over here, you're just actually right now you're going to own so there's nothing about the sargassum the problem. This is something that happens. This is sargassum season, hurricane season, sargassum season, hand in hand. All right, so be wary when you're walking though, because we just thought it'd be slipperiness and stuff. You can see the paths are very narrow. It even gets narrower than this in certain areas with overhangs. So as I said before, just look around you, grab a branch or something if you want to do stabilizing. Right now I have our Skywater force field on my back, which is a little bit taller than me, so I do have to do forward limbo on occasions. You're going to find a lot of these here along this route as well. These are all support for the old train line. You can see a few more of these here in better locations, but this is one that you can peep at from here. You can see where the train, how close to water it went. Imagine there was a lot more land like this here, rough land that was made up on the seaside. However, because it is this type of surface, it's been eroded over the years. You'll see all along the east coast line. You will notice the east coast have huge rocks all over them, and that's because they're coming out of the rough cliffs. They're not full coral head cliffs. You will find coral heads, hence the rocks in the water that you're seeing all along here. They are pieces of Barbados. They're real coral heads, and they have actually stayed strong and stood up through all of the erosion and stuff, whereas the weaker matter has been eaten out. Hence, that is finding rocks in the middle of the ocean where originally there was land, and therefore the railway couldn't really run on the same tracks because it had been too close to water, especially around the Edgewater area and stuff. All right, so you're going out here. When I left home, I looked at the clouds. I said, well, we got some clouds coming in, so maybe we should go and see the sunrise. I also want to bring my wife out here because right now I'm not too sure what her conditions are out there, environmental conditions, but I know that she loves the outback like this. Just like many others have walked with us from the very beginning. This is their favorite kind of spot, favorite kind of location. As I told you, it's secluded, it's lonely, especially at this time of morning. So we do meet a couple of people down here, usually fishermen. So we just keep our ears alert and we watch where we're going, and hopefully bring you some beautiful, beautiful Barbados. You would not normally see it this time of morning. As I said, there are hiking groups in Barbados that can take you anywhere you want. Get in contact with the Barbados Hiking Association and other ones as well. You got Zuri Evelyn down here, who's up at the bathhouse. He organized hikes from there as well, just behind us. There are a lot of different hikers in this island, a lot of people that do it. This is what we do. We really don't hike. We just walk. We share the beauty of Barbados. We share the serenity. We obviously, if we can contact Barbadian people, we share the beauty of the Barbadian people, because that's the real true beauty of Barbados is. We keep saying that almost like a broken record, but we can say it again and again because it's the gospel truth. A lot of people say, oh boy, Barbados is just beautiful beaches, lovely bars, good nightlife, a lot of partying. You never hear about the people nowadays. Only the original people who discovered Barbados that came here, and I've met friends and stuff over the years that go to their house and eat and everything local. They're the ones that will talk a lot about the Barbadians. So try and meet some people. Don't sit in your air-conditioned car. Go to all-inclusive resort. Stay there. Stay in your air-conditioned car. Only come in contact with people who are being paid to be nice to you. I'm not saying they're not nice genuinely, but come out here where there's no motive except for sharing the beauty of Barbados with you. Look at this, man. We can keep taking pockets like this here. This is a photographer's paradise. The light out here can be pretty harsh though later in the day, so you're going to want to bring some filters if you're doing like daytime kind of pictures. Morning, absolutely stunning. Evening, again, stunning as well. I'm going to, you'll see us going backward and forward like this here because I definitely want to share little things with you. As we go further on, you'll understand why, if you have not already done so. The path down here, quite clear. There are random ones that lead off of this. This is the main one that goes straight along the coastline, as I said before, through all the other coves and bays beyond here. goes right down onto the east coast. However, there are quite a few of them that go up into the hills because there's a lot of beautiful hiking terrain just over the hill here, and also in the hills of Calawash and Bashba as well. Taking our time on this mud, definitely got a little bit of slip and slide to it. As I said before, 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. Manchineel, so we always say, well, Manchineel grows all over the island. A lot of people say, Nicholas, that is not so, only grows in the west coast. Well, guess what? I can assure you that it does grow here. Manchineel trees all around us here. This is why it's important, if it's raining, you put on some protective gear. Remember, any of the water that brings sap off of these trees down on you will blister you, so please wear protective gear if you're coming through here when it's raining. You can see this is a Manchineel tree here quite clearly. If you're not familiar with the Manchineel tree, I recommend that you Google it, make sure you know what it is, know the dangers of it. It is known as the world's most dangerous tree. Now, if I told you that, you would 100% believe it. You wouldn't be challenged to go anywhere else and say anything. But I'm going to let you know that you can quite easily have a look on Bing, Google, any of the Chrome searches, any searches whatsoever, and you will see Barbados' trees, the Manchineel, or the Manchineel is the most dangerous tree in the world. You will see how many of them have gone underwater here. All these dead trees and stuff. This whole embankment here would have slipped off over the last 2 years because this embankment would have gone way further out. Again, you can see the makeup of the soil and all of this cliff area. Mainly mud, little clay in there as well, some silt, a lot of loose rocks and pieces of coral, chips of coral and stuff. So all the beaches along this coastline, you'll find these rocks, as I said before, because when this coastline starts to get eroded, all these rocks will come down on the beach, and that's why you'll find a lot of them on this side of the island versus the other side where it's pretty much solid and doesn't have this kind of cliff face. And if you go up north, you will find some rocks too, but not as much as over here, because north is where you get the true coral heads, or the southeast along Ragged Point and up by Ocean City and along the Paragon Cliffs. You won't find rocks like this because that's all solid rock coral mass formation. Again, little rocks that would have had islands around it, would have had like island mass around it before it started getting eroded. Perfect low tide coming in at 8 something. You see those things sticking up out of the water? No, they are not toothpicks that someone used and left there. They are the old train track posts. So you will find these all along this coastline. So anyone that tells you that the train used to run further inland, this is evidence it did not. They used to run right along here, and again they would have had the same type of build-up cliffs like this here. They would have put in those spikes and stuff on. However, the erosion over the years has eaten it all out, and again only the hard coral stone matter is left back again, and you see these coral heads all over. Some Bajans down here fishing early this morning, but look at the conditions, huh? Perfect for fishing. And no sargassum floats coming in. That's another big no-no when you're fishing. You don't want to be pulling sargassum out of the water. You want to be catching fish. So fish are not really around that plentiful when there's sargassum. So you'll find it like this here. Perfect. Look how beautiful this is, huh? Again, see the railroad tracks. There you go. All right. This is the kind of thing you'll be walking on. If you get to an area such as these here, I'm going to just reach out with the gimbal. I'm not going out there, but look underneath. This is a great bush here. Look at the drop off. Look how it's under, eroded right under there. So when you're along these cliffs, especially these cliffs, be careful, because if you step out here to get your photo opportunity, you can be stepping on a weak matter and you will be going down. You don't want to fall down here for sure. Even if it was a quarter of the height, you don't want to fall. You're landing on a rough rock and you got sticking up, all piece of tree trunk sticking up and stuff. Very dangerous. So don't walk around lackadaisical without looking around where you're walking. You can see all under this bush here is all eaten out. So don't lean out there, hold on to that, take a picture, and then find yourself, you know where. See it here again. Another perfect example of the build-up of this kind of face. You will understand why the erosion happens from rain that's coming out the hills, which are pretty steep behind us, and also wind will also erode, and also rough sea conditions. Remember, we went through Beryl, again, it's hurricane season. Did tremendous damage all over the island. Over here would have got pounded as well, so I mean, imagine there's some damage over here since then. But one more time, all of these trees you can see have come out of solid soil. Well, not solid soil, but come out of soil. You can see it all around the base, the roots, etc. We're going to keep looking back because we want to see beautiful Barbados. I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to see Barbados at this time of morning or even from this location, but we're going to show you it. And as you can see, I don't know if you can make it out resolution, there are little beautiful raindrops coming off of all these leaves all around me. Absolutely spectacular. Very popular, this route, not only for hikers but also for motocross guys and sometimes bicyclers, you know, the rough riders. So these ramps are being laid out. Again, remember, this is wood, so you got to be careful when you're going down this here, especially if you have mud on your feet from where you've been, such as we did. You can see mud being scraped off here, and obviously people have had little challenges coming down here, so we can do the same thing. I know I'm an Olympian and that I should be able to run down here. I notice this is a lot bigger angle than when we were here last time from what I'm seeing. So we're just going to take our time, because I haven't put on these shoes for a little while, so I'm not as trusting as I would be if I'd been out in them regularly. But this is not the first bridge that's being put here to get over this section. There are quite a few of them that are being put here. You'll see the remnants on the ground here, pieces of the old bridge here as well. So these areas are fairly well maintained. As you can see, they have bolts and stainless steel bolts. Not just normal bolts that will rust out, but stainless steel bolts into some very strong wood, trying to protect this area. Alright, so the little areas like this here are where you've got to be careful, especially the angle starts to go off. There is a lot of moss out here as well. But it's beautiful low tide this morning, so we're able to show you some stunning views that we would not normally see, because a lot of this reef, a lot of these actual railroad. Yeah. What's up, brother? How you going, man? You good? You catching anything? All right, man. Sorry, they have a zoom. Oh boy, look, you. I know I got a friend on here that's gonna capture you in the silhouette of that sun. I'll put it up for me, man. Good morning to you, brother. You good? All right, y'all have a good day, huh? All right, so there you go again. Railway spikes. That's what used to hold the actual railroad up. It's all there for you to see. This tide gives us the advantage of that. As you can see, where all these rocks here are dark, they're underwater a lot of the time. So at a high tide, you will not see. You will see them, but just the bare top of them, because that would all be water really. And you can see some of the other strong areas that have been laid, like bridges and bridge work to hold up the lines as well. That's another one there as well. We sure we want to start to go inland a little more further on as we walk. But all along this east coast is littered with them. So this type of terrain here, very much, as you can see, red. Therefore, it has in a lot of clay, and like the other side of the island, it's a lot darker soil, which is mainly mud. This side has a lot of clay in it, so you've got to be real careful, because these are throwdown areas for sure. I've been out a few times over here. I won't tell you a lie. Over the times that I've been vlogging, I've vlogged over here maybe about close to 20 times, and I've walked over here close to 100 times the last 3 years. But yep, this is beautiful. Well worth the effort and the challenge. If you are able, you're strong, you're sturdy, and you have hikers, please do not come across here in slippers. You could probably survive in slippers if you are a slipper expert, but I would not recommend it at all, because you don't have treads on the bottom of slippers. You're going to get mud in them, especially if it's wet conditions such as this. And you don't want to be walking through grass and unknown areas and put your foot down in a pair of rubber slippers. You will get stabbed for sure. All kinds of things that we're waiting on you and your slipper foot. All right, so we're continuing. If you've just come on, good morning to you. We said our Serenity prayer. We are the Journey 246. We are showing you beautiful, beautiful Barbados the way that we like to do it. That is sugar-coated with love and kindness and care, of course. That's what our journey is all about. Our journey also consists of honesty and integrity. You know, I ain't gonna tell you that I don't tell lies sometimes, but they're fun lies. That's very rare though. I think I may tell one lie a year or something, so I don't think I've told any lies for this year as yet. I told you how handsome I am. That's certainly not a lie. You can look at me and see I'm the most handsome man in the world. I've also told you about other stuff as well. Alright, overhead and underneath. Do not run down behind here to catch up with someone because you were taking a photo behind and they'd walked on, left you, so you're going to canter up to get them, because you may stop, bam, right in your tracks. So be careful overhead and underneath, please. We're going to take you right through. All right, you will see some little shanties if they're still out here. I haven't been out here for maybe 4 months. So you'll see some little shanties that lean up around. Don't see any right now, but they're usually put so to help people when it's raining conditions and stuff. They can come out here, they're hiking, they can get underneath them and shelter. So you'll find them like old pallets and old fiberglass pallets, etc. We can go in a little inland in a minute, but I want to show you again what you can find over here. This is one of those same pallets I was mentioning. That's usually leaned against a tree like a lean-to, providing some kind of shelter from sun and also from rain, etc. Again, we're telling you about all the rocks on the beach. You can see the sand over here as well. You can also see the small rocks down here. We have been down here in vlogs before, right down onto that beach. So, you know, we walked out here quite often, but today we're gonna just stay on the coastline, show you some more beauty as we're going. As I said before, just around that point is Martin's Bay. From the time you get by where you see that cliff face looking, that chalk cliff face looking a lot like Pico Tenerife, from there you will lose signal. As soon as you get in that area, you lose signal because the tower is just up the hill from there. So we haven't been able to do any live vlogs there, but we have done some 4K resolutions. We still have a couple more places to cover at 4K resolution where we've had some really etchy and bad conditions. So you see them through time. There's no map out here, but there's a fairly well beaten path. And if you get lost, you just turn around, go back to where you were and try a different route. It's no big deal, no biggie. Because wherever you go out here, you're gonna see beauty. So you want to take it as close to coastline as possible. We're now coming on. We're in Congor Bay area in Bath Beach. We guess we can go over here and show you a little bit of this as well. And then we make our way back up and over the back section to the next set of beaches. Want to show you how beautiful out here is. Really, really, really beautiful. Again, be careful. Lots of erosion has taken place. A lot of these rocks in here are going to roll out as soon as you put your weight on them. So don't go close to the edge and put your weight on a rock to take a picture and go down. You'll see how many trees have already gone down, and you can see all the roots are exposed over here as well. But beautiful Barbados. I don't know how many of you woke up this morning thinking you're going to get a chance to wake up in Barbados if you're not here. And if you are here, wake up and see this absolute stunning coastline. We want to bring you somewhere today that was not just a beautiful sunrise, but somewhere that most of you do not get a chance to see. I will say most for sure. Remember, if you can't go somewhere because of the physical challenges, because of your physical location in this world, you don't have any fear. We will take you there via our live vlogs. We like to do it live so that you can actually experience what it's like. You're walking along the old train line in Barbados in the Bath St. John area. So you're having that opportunity to do that this morning. People that watch it later on will still get to see the beauty, but the actual feeling of walking through here, knowing fully well that you are on this walk with us right now, that is a magical feeling for sure. All right, so we said about being careful with hikers. You know, anywhere around here you can get a big crab hole. And when I say a big crab hole, I mean your foot will disappear in it, ankle deep, shin deep, right down. So you have to be real careful when you're walking in these areas. So I always recommend using mid-cut hikers. The reason I use mid-cut gives me some ankle support. I don't get the rolling that I would get if I had on just a normal shoe style hiker. So I like to use a mid-cut, give me a little ankle support. I don't like to use the high cuts because when it comes to climbing anything then you have obstructions with the high cut. It doesn't let you get the flexibility that you need. So mid-cut's perfect. Make sure it's a strong shoe with a strong sole. You know, don't go and buy an off-the-shelf made in China hiker. It will work, but I recommend you buy a better known brand because you do not want yourself to be falling anywhere out here. You want to protect yourself. It makes sense to come in looking for beauty and go home with pain. So let's do it the right way. Not saying it may not fall over and get pain anyhow, but if you have on the right footwear, you're probably going to have it a lot easier. You barely scratch the surface. I would say maybe about a third of the way through where we're going to be going. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy taking this beautiful Barbados. Again, we like to reiterate these things. We don't like to take the place to say, look at that beauty, and don't warn you about the underlying situations. This is very, very serious out here. You may not know that and step just in there. If there's any grass on the edge, it's quite easily hiding a fall off area or a drop off. You can see how here it's slipping and going. So you would know in a few months time, I'm just saying a few months, because this is going to be a rain slippage more than sea damage. But in a few months time, this will break away probably, and you'll be walking closer inland, as we've been doing, because the original tracks were further out before. But again, little hidden coves all over, sometimes bearing sand, sometimes not bearing sand. We call them seasonal beaches. You'll hear us refer to them many times. There are a lot of hidden beaches on this island that you probably have never seen. We may take a few of those very closely. We started a series, but we haven't continued it yet. It's called the Hidden Beaches of Barbados. They're to take you to places that you would not normally see. All right, these berries, do not eat them. Regardless of what the Sea Police or anyone else tells you, do not eat them. They're not to be eaten, they're in the green, that's for sure. If you doubt how they taste, you can go up on our YouTube channel and put in sea grape, co-star or just sea grape, and you will see the actual video of her trying some sea grapes is really, really quite comical. I didn't set her up, so don't say Nicholas, you took advantage of her. I gave her a green grape. I let her pick her own, and as you will see, they were actually, some were fully ripe. Some, she didn't eat all of them, but some were pretty ripe. All right, again, you're having these trees all over. Matching all down here again as well too, so be wary, do not get fooled, do not come under here and think, oh, matching is only happening in the west coast here, and that is not the case at all. All right, now I have on my umbrella, my Sky Water Force field, but I'm going to take it off to ease through this section here because I see a vantage point that I want to share with you. So it's going to call for some forward limbo and some back limbo. Thank goodness I am certified and qualified and also hold the gold medal in both of those categories, so I can wait my way under here. Most of you could probably not do it, but check this out, man. See, another rock very similar to high rock, round rock, and the other rocks on the coastline. This is one that's actually a solid coral head. The all the weaker matter was eaten out from around it, leaving back just the coral head itself. You can see all of the damage around the base itself. There are many of these here that are at the mouth of Joe's River that have fallen. Again, if you took photos looking from Bashba towards the east, or towards Calawash in the north of the island before, you look back at them, they're 20, 30, 40 years old, you will see there are more rocks just at the mouth of Joe's River than that are there now. But you will see the bases of them where the tops have just got top heavy and the bottom couldn't take it anymore and they've fallen off. But this still has a long way to go, still a big base. But beautiful, beautiful. Known as Chab Bay, also known as Congor Bay. So I go by Congor Bay, but it's also referred to as Chab Bay as well. But all out here is reef. If you can get out here and really calm as it is right now, you can ask one of our brothers that may be online, Jeffrey Kiefer. He's done a lot of scuba diving out here and lobster catching and stuff in his youth, so he could tell you about here. I can also tell you that, but it's nice when it comes from someone else, because sometimes people say don't tell the truth, which I don't know why they would say that, because I never fabricate the truth. I bring it to you as it is. I've been on this earth now for 53 years, so I know exactly how to tell the truth. You know, people should be sort of proud of how long they've been around. They've been around for 53 years. You will see just down the distance here, center of the camera right now, those coconut trees, that's where the signal dies, in that dip. So we're going to make our way around this cove to that general location and show you a little bit more. But you will see the chalky effect of these cliffs here, just like north of the island as well. No solid coral mass here, but along this entire coastline you see it dotted with coral heads that are still standing. All right, we're going to go again. I'm going to pick back up my Sky Water Force field, put it back on, and get myself prepared to carry it a little further down inside of here. So if you go online and you see anything in any search engines that contradict what I'm saying, please write them a complaining letter, a really stern one, because obviously I'm telling the accuracy. So if you go on and you see something on any of these search engines that says, oh, well, this was such and such and such, wait, a different one that says, please write them and complain and say they're talking lies. They need to get the correct information to contact me, either by email, by IM, by TikTok, by YouTube, by Instagram. But I said I am already. No, I said I am true. That is a messenger. Instagram or any other format. And we shall let them know how to say it and what to say. We just went over there. I can take you back on that little point and take it a little further on. We have some other beautiful vantage points coming up. This is just one of the areas we talked about before, where the railway was held up. This is just one of these structures here. I'm going to take you down because we're going to walk through a little waterbed area here where water does run when there's heavy rain. Show you what it looks like. You will see these here. These are tied to indicate different hiking routes. Now, well, I'm not sure how long ago this one was here and if there's still as many as there used to be. But these are indicators that you're on the right path. So if you're, say, at the bathhouse, you're going on one of their organized hikes, they will probably tell you by color description of where you can go and stuff. This is one of those indicators for you. No, it's not someone got tired and decided to tie up their underwear or something. That is actually a marker. This is one of the areas the train would have come over for sure. You've seen some in the water. That will tell you how it used to run along the coastline, seeking the flattest areas. This is just one of them. I have a photo, abstract photo up of this here. Quite stunning, actually. Really, really beautiful. But you can come down here and take your own. And as I said before about the match deal, berries all over. All right, so no joke. Be wary when you're walking through here, especially when it's raining. You don't really want to walk about with blisters on the top of your head or on your shoulders and stuff. If you're a He-Man like me, an Olympian, Actually, let me rephrase that again, because no one can be, because I am the Olympian. I am also known as the He-Man, or the Major Warrior, and other things that would mean the same thing. You're going to come through here with a vest on, and I would recommend wearing a cap, because you really don't want to go out, you know, somewhere tonight and got a big brown patch in your forehead or in your nose or somewhere top of your top lip or something where water's come off one of these match-nail trees and blister you up. So again, soil, erosion, weak matter being eaten out, rocks rolling onto the beach. So that's what you're seeing here. These ain't washing, these were actually, well, I guess years ago they may have, but these are actually in the walls of this cliff area here, and over time they've come out. Beautiful, beautiful Chub Bay. The hike of Barbados along this train line, stunning, breathtaking. You can use all the descriptive words for it, and I'm sure you will still run out of them. So remember though that if you are coming to do some teasing your friends and family, remember, bring your signal check on your phone, find out where their signals, where they're not, do a video, then send it back to them. Because believe me, where we're going to end this morning around to Martins Bay is absolutely breathtaking. Then Martins Bay through and across the cliffs down into Glen Burnie, take your breath away again, right down to Bashaba. So bring your stuff, get yourself ready. Remember your hikers, please. You see, you just want to point out how these cliffs are and how careful you have to be. You can step on that overhang there, right there, and come down quite easily. So just watch where you're walking. Unless you are graced with the acrobatic skills that I am, you be very careful out here, please. Stunning. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Thank you for joining us again this morning. Jeanette is here with me in my heart, so I can say thank you for walking with Jeanette and myself. Isn't this just a beautiful, beautiful spot? I know we have a friend on here that does a lot of screen captures and puts up some amazing captures. It is her creative eye what she sees. But these kind of things are what you may see later on today along with other stuff. Joy, good morning to you. I like to call your name. Thanks for always capturing what we do in stills later on and putting them up. And also thank you for crediting us as it comes from the Journey 246. We thoroughly appreciate that for sure. Remember, we do tons of pictures. We have thousands of pictures on our community section in YouTube, on Facebook. We've posted many, many more that we've taken on to give more room on Facebook, etc. However, if you are going to post our photos, please do not crop off our watermarks. Do not crop off the mention of the EMC or the Journey 246 or Walk in Barbados or Walk with Us. They are our slogans, and also they are our pictures. So give us the credit. Remember, we come out here, we pay for the gasoline, we come out here, we have the energy, we want to bring you beautiful Barbados, but we certainly want a little bit of credit if you are going to use our stuff. So take and show as many as you want, but preferably share them, or if you have to download them and then share them, make sure you don't cut over our watermarks, please. Give us the credit. This is what we're bringing to you, you know. We want others to know where they too can come and see this for themselves and go on a walk. We don't want someone to take a picture like this, for example, is not have a watermark on it. And I know I'm mentioning about EMC because we brought you here. We can also bring them here as well if this is what they want to see. All right, we're going again. Okay, well, my Skywater force field got caught up there in a tree, but you know me, I went back, did a little bit of a forward limbo, got rid of that problem. All right, continuing our walk. So it's quite twisty and turny. We showed you from the other side of the cove where we will be walking to, but you will see it's a good walk. And we're just taking our time. We're not in a rush. We're just easing on down the road. So these areas here again, very slippery. A lot of give underfoot. I am feeling the slips. So going across the section here, you know me, I know that these are match-nail trees, but if I need to grab one so I don't go down, that is what I shall do. I got my hand all put it out to the side here, leaning at 45-degree angle, because I don't want to be going down there this morning for sure. So let's go this way. But it's not that I'd be embarrassed, because I think by now you all would know I laugh at myself. It makes no difference. You know, people make mistakes, I feel all shame, and feel as though, shoot man, I am not worthy. You know, someone may think that I'm an idiot or I'm a puppet or don't take me in life seriously. You can do all those things, it don't worry me. I laugh at myself. The important part is that I know who I am. I bring you the real me. No fakery, no put on, no media face. This is us. This is how we are. Anytime you meet us, you're going to come and meet people that talk a lot of nonsense, that laugh a lot, have a good time, give you enough respect, enough love, enough kindness, and enough care. That's what we do. That is who we are. All right, here we go again. Beautiful areas to walk all along the coastline. Now when you're coming, well, the reason why we mentioned about starting at Bath, you can start this train line anywhere, come through centre of the island, through St. Philip, come around by the crane and come right round, depending on where you want to walk. But if you want to stay right on the coastline, we strongly recommend you use from Bath downward to the north. The reason we don't say Concept Bay is because Concept Bay, you have to go inland to get from Concept Bay to Bath Beach, right out into the grass hill and then back down into Bath. So if you want to do that, just to have the extra mileage, fine. If you want to stay on the coastline and enjoy this kind of beautiful scenery all along here, you will be able to do so quite comfortably from Bath going right down. As I said before, you have to walk well. All right, so in your distance here, center camera, that's the cell tower. So you will understand if you go down there by the chalk, what happens. Cell tower disappears. There's no cell tower active along by St. Mark's Church. There's one there, but it is not active. So we won't even be able to pick that up as we go around the point, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get that one back in operation soon, that we'll be able to cover more of these areas in live vlogs without having to go 4K. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You'll also see another one of the train spikes here up in the air with a tire around it. So you would know a bit also around through this general area, most of the spikes have come down as well. Again, another show of how far away from the land these spikes are, so how much erosion would have to have gone on. Little bridges again formed all over here because a lot of people do hike through wet and dry. You can appreciate that these gables have been formed and packed by hand. So these rocks would have come off of this beach for sure, an abundance of rocks down there, but it still meant bringing them up here and packing them and tying this wire. You would know how strenuous and difficult that would be and how challenging that would be for sure. It's beautiful Barbados. Thank you for walking with us this morning. Your company means a lot. You know, we would do this here if it was one person on, because if there's one person that needs to see this today to lift their spirits or bring them out of a dark area or give them a reason to want to come back to Barbados or give them a reason to explore their own island or just to calm someone in a very restless and uncomfortable situation or someone who has had to deal with a loss in a family or something, and this gives them a little comfort, that's all that matters. So it can be one person on here. We're doing what we're supposed to do because this is what God has asked Jeanette and myself to do. Walk this journey and take as many as we can with us. And that's what we're going to do this morning. Little beaches. Again, you'll find sand here now. You won't find sand here all through the year. This is not a consistent beach for sure. You can see all these white things that are sticking out there. PVC tubing. Fishermen in Barbados. They like to drink. So I'm not saying that's the only reason, but I'm going to use it as my reason right now. So no one wants to sit there with a rod in their hand for hours on end. So what these guys do is put out multiple rods from these PVC tubing. That's where they'll put their rods to stand. Angle of them stops them from being pulled out if they do catch a fish. So you'll find one fisherman in some areas with like 6 poles out if he can afford it, catching multiple. That's what you gotta call mass fishing. But look out here though. Oh my goodness. You can see people walk across that hard rock to go out there and get the vantage point for doing fishing. You've spoken to quite a few of the guys out there in the past. You'll see one gentleman out there right now enjoying himself. But here we go. So these are the photographs that await you. And let's get around to this other point here and I'll show you something else here now. Don't mind the sea bush, sea grape bush. You can walk through these here quite comfortably. They don't jump out and bite you. They just taste bad, but they're good because they'll help hold all the long tree lines and coastline in place with their root structure. They're also great for like hedges to help around people's homes and stuff if they're manicured white. That's about it. They're beautiful ornamental fruit, but don't eat them. All right, so again, we're gonna say, we bring you to these places. You can catch photos and breathe this serenity. Hold this here. Wow, that's what you got to call lovely. All right, we're going again. Just beautiful. All right, I was a little fearful because, as I said, when I left home this morning, I looked at the satellite shot. I saw one cloud coming in. I know we're going to get some rain later on. We were supposed to get a lot of rain, but a lot of it, dispersed and stuff from around us. But we are expecting some rain. And I thought this morning I would try and bring my wife out here because I know that she is missing these walks and she's missing home. Come back home, my darling. I know you got to go out, but you come back home, all right? I'm waiting on you. More vantage points out here. This is one area that you will most definitely have a challenge to get down without falling. It has angled off a little bit better. Again, you can see different routes and different tracks leading off where you can go and enjoy the actual countryside itself. I like the coastline personally. I don't mind the countryside, but I'm really a freak for the beach. So I like that. All right, we're gonna work our way down here. Cactus side footsteps. I don't let you see the footsteps because they're patented. If you want to know to walk down terrain like this here, please send a lot of zeros with a figure in front of these zeros. And I can tell you how to do it yourself safely. No, I'm not looking to make money, but if you have it to give away, well, I would take some for sure. That would not be a problem. All right, so it's slippery. Again, just to show you what you're coming down. You don't see any slip marks at any moments. It's not really wet enough to put you down. I shouldn't say that because you could quite easily go down this. But it's a lot easier to come down this morning than it has been on some occasions I've come here and actually want to call it quits early o'clock. Beautiful, beautiful. Joy, capture your screenshots, or anyone wants to get some of these beautiful things, take them. Absolutely stunning. I love to silhouette people with sunrises and sunsets. I think it really shows a warmth and a character to fit photos and videos and stuff. All right, so this is one area that if it's heavy rain, you're going to be walking through water because water comes down over the hills in St. John down here. There's a heavy ravine when there's rain coming down. Remember, we're not talking about the internationally known monstrous waterfall further up in Bath. This is just one of the ravines, but you can see how the sides of the banking are being swept pretty clean. We've had some rain. You know, Beryl, as I said, she didn't bear much rain, but she certainly did a lot of damage. We would have had some rain over the last 2 weeks as well. This is our rainy season. Remember, hurricane season, hence rainy season. Be careful walking over sargassum such as this, because remember, this is settled on top of coral heads. You can see like holes dropping in. So where you think you're walking across somewhere solid, it is not solid at all. This is another reason for wearing the right kind of footwear when you're coming out here, because you can easily, you can see the footprints going across here. You can see someone who's walked across, but you would also see the kind of terrain that this sargassum rests on top, just like all these coral heads here. This is what you're walking over with sargassum, so be wary, because if it's not compact in an area, you can find yourself going down. So just check everything you're doing. Some of the running water we talked about just now. Beautiful rocks. These are actually being smoothed and right out. You find these all along the East Coast. Joe's River area, river rocks are called. I guess you all call them river rocks back home. But they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. To make some beautiful decor with it. I know we've hit the hour. That doesn't matter. You know, I think by now everybody knows that I can talk forever. 1. 2 is time is not relevant right now. What is relevant is that you are feeling love, you're feeling the beauty, and you're feeling the serenity of Barbados, and you're walking with me and keeping my company. That's what's relevant right now. Time is not relevant. We are in no rush to do anything except for bringing beautiful, beautiful Barbados. And what you've seen already, we brought you some of the beautiful, beautiful people of Barbados as well. Right, slightly inland from here. Again, vantage points all over. You can see the, let me go up to that one there, because that will probably bring me into the other bay, and then we'll come back up here and continue on route. Again, be wary when you're walking. Some of these angles here are a little precarious, so just be careful. I'm just sort of like showing you where I'm going and showing you the terrain. Don't want you to come out here. We don't take people to a beautiful rose bush and say, look at that beautiful rose, and don't say, don't touch it. That's why you will hear us say things like +4. This area we call it a +4. I wouldn't recommend you and one person walk out here, especially in the early morning. I wouldn't do that. You know, when I say that, you and your partner, I wouldn't risk that, that's for sure, because it's very, very quiet. You're seeing some people out here, but this is because it's summer. At this time of year, you'll find all the beach houses in Cattle Wash, Bashaba, Martins Bay, Concept Bay, Bath Beach, all occupied, usually by the actual people that own them, or by Bajan families that do staycations on the side of the island. You will not see anyone out here fishing at most times of the year when we come through here. You've seen that before. So very, very outback, very unseen, very secluded. So you don't want to be coming out here. I don't mind walking here. If I felt that God didn't want me to come out here this morning, which he does do it regularly by giving me tingles in the back of my neck, or give me sensation that someone is watching, etc., I wouldn't have come. But I felt extremely comfortable this morning. That's why I'm right here. So what I'm doing is not taking a chance as far as I am personally concerned. Remember, I do these areas all the time. I have been doing them for almost 4 years now, consistently. So I come into the darkness. I come out here when it's pitch black. You have to use a light to see where you're going to get to the bottom where you usually start. However, today we started back by the car park itself. All right, back on track again. If you're again tired of the sound of the sea in the background, you want my voice, I can give you the software that you can remove the sound of the ocean and just hear my baritone voice if that's what you so desire. Yeah, see, Jeanette, you don't have to be around for me to talk nonsense. All right, so another area we're going slightly in. This track hasn't been used too much recently, if not, it's been chopped back quite a bit. But we're still going to proceed and go down through this area. We want to show you what you're taking in. I'm going to do this one here quietly. No, I'm not out of breath. I could talk continuously for the next 6 hours at least. And then if I go to sleep to get a rest, I'll probably do it in my sleep as well. So I've been told by the lady that lays next to me. But let's let you enjoy here by yourself walking. And remember, this is for you. This is difficult for me. I'm going to have to visit a mouth doctor later and get stitches put in my tongue, because for me to keep quiet, I got to bite my tongue. So here we go. Okay, a break from the silence now. You can say your oohs and ahs right now. Ooh, that's beautiful. Ah, I wish I was there. So, now you've gone through an ooh and ah breathing routine. What we can do is we can do some breaths for you looking at this scenery. So that you all would know that I'm a fair person, and just so you can see my amazing face as well without a hat on it. I'm going to take off my hat for this one here. All right, so we are in some of the purest air in the world. I'm smelling nothing here but nature itself. Nothing pungent, nothing smelling bad. Sargassum is not smelling bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a breathing exercise for everyone. These breaths are going to be shared evenly, because I'm a person that believes in democracy. So everyone should get their own thing. So first of all, let's start with myself, because if I don't breathe, I can't do nothing. It's just like on an aircraft. If your oxygen mask drops down and you don't use it, you can't help nobody. So I'm going to take the first breath for myself. So here we go. This one is for me. Feel it as it breathes in for you. Here we go. Now for myself. And democracy wouldn't rule if I didn't do one for me. And I. There you go. Even share for everyone. Onward we go again. Gee wizards. Good morning to all of our Q family. Thursday is coming. We're going Grisette's pasture. I hope you're all ready for that. Coming in. Naff, love. Plenty love, plenty laughs, plenty jokes, plenty fun. So get ready for us. Looking forward to that. We should be able to do a preview on Wednesday. We did a preview there last time, then the rain came on so bad the next day we didn't go. So we'll be checking the weather again, because it's not the place I want to go when it's pouring rain, but they have a great hard court. Last time actually when I watched the event on 100.7 FM, Q 100.7 FM, after I realized that it was my bad, because the hard courts were being enjoyed and people were having a wonderful time. So we'll see about the preview though. If it's raining heavily, we won't take you there for a preview, but we'll watch the conditions, and hopefully Thursday we'll be there with you, all hugging up and loving up you all as always. All right, so again, grassy areas, untrodden on some occasions, or haven't been for a little while. So right attire please, especially if you're going down to areas like that, big crab holes. You're also going to get soil. Remember, the sea sometimes can come underneath the rock formation, come up through the rocks and break soil further up inland, which is like a sinkhole. So be careful when you're walking these areas please. Put your foot down, test the area unless you can see clearly where you're going. Test it first a little bit, put a little bunks on one foot, keeping your sturdy foot behind, and then proceed from there. Please take all precautionary measures when you're going into areas such as this. It is beautiful. You're going to be looking at the scenery. You're going to be looking for the photo opportunity. You're not going to be looking all the time where you're walking. That's why sometimes you will see the sky, or you may see the ground for a little period of time, And that's because I am trying to watch where I'm walking and forgot about the camera. So here we go. I've been through here where I've had to stop and turn back at this point when it was so wet, because it was just so much slipperiness. I couldn't get the camera to stay steady. I couldn't keep myself safe, so I turned around. Nothing wrong with that. As you see, could have taken the outer track. We want to stay right on the coastline. What's up, my brother? You caught anything this morning, man? Greetings to the world, man.
Yeah.
How are you going? That was you out on your rock just now?
Yeah.
Any luck this morning, or you didn't catch anything?
Nah, I got none this morning.
Yeah, you just started, or you were here a long time?
Yeah, I just started.
My name is Nick, man.
Hey, Dylan.
Thanks, Dylan. Nice to meet you, my brother.
Alright, you too,
We're
man.
going on the coastline. I know you can move way faster than me because I'm on no rush. All right, brother. Have a good day, man. Cool, man. Cool. All right, so as I said, we're going to stay on the coastline. We're not going to go up the other tracks. We're going to show you all the beauty of out here. Dylan is out to try and capture some fish to carry back home. That is something that's very popular down here, roast fish. You know, the guys will roast them and stuff. And call all your neighbours over. That's the usual thing for down here. Match new trees again. Be careful. These are all around. As I said, there are tracks that lead all up through these hills. If you want to explore up there, you can do so as well. If you're coming out of here, there are a few absolute necessaries. 1, fully charged battery with a camera. That's number 1. 2, proper for the gear. 3, I recommend a hat for sure. 4, drinking water. 5, come early morning, late afternoon. Out here around 12, 1 o'clock. Deadly, deadly, deadly. I mean, the dehydration out here is like crazy. So remember, that's those 4, 5 little things. Whatever any I mentioned, you remember. I lost count. It was supposed to start off at one thing, that was water. And it developed slowly but surely. So you know we go with the flow. Again, you're seeing obscure track. You know it's being walked on. You can see there's a track here, but you don't know what lays under this grass. So step gently. Make sure I have on some good foot gear that you can do this kind of stuff. We don't want to go over the usual track. We want to take you through these beautiful pockets if we can, and let you see what out here is like. Here we go. One of these days I'm going to join Blood and Cuz. I don't know if you've been watching Jeffrey's photography of their hiking and stuff. They're doing it every week, Jeffrey Evelyn. But if you have not, have a look at his page. He's doing tremendous work on the inland areas. I mean, he's walking some beautiful areas that I have not seen. So beautiful, beautiful areas. He's catching photos of them. We're going to join him, hopefully with his consent, on one of his hikes one of these days, and we're going to bring you some lives wherever we can get some signal. But we do know a lot of areas he goes in, signal is bad, so it may be in 4K as well. All right, it's a carrot trap. If you have a beast like land, like our war wagon, you can come down here. I won't come down here wet, because even if you have real good tires, you will fill with mud going back up. Remember, it's mud, clay and silt over here, some chalk as well. But there's a track that goes up here, right up the hill there, directly above us, the 3 crosses. If you've been driving from Bashaba going to St. John or vice versa along Bath area, you will see 3 crosses on the hill. That is just directly behind that ridge line that you're seeing there. So you can park up there and walk down this path here and go in either direction if that's what you so desire. All right, so we're going to take you to the last point where we're going to go to, because as I said, directly below that ridge, lose all signal. So we're going to take you out here, right over this little beach, let you have a look. When you hear Clean Up Barbados that's going on, you will find teams gathering all over this island, not just on beaches, but in gullies and everywhere, trying to clean all the garbage and refuse from around the island. That happens as an annual cleanup. There are other little cleanups as well, but there's a big annual one that happens every year. Last time that I was on one of those in a big way, I was at Fossinance. We cleaned from Martins Bay right up here. We also worked in conjunction at that time. It was Island Safari and a few of the others who were also on it as well, all to do with the tourism industry at that time that were with us in our group. And we cleaned the entire way up. Trust me, the refuge you're going to find along here in some of these waterways, you find stoves, fridges, everything you can think of that you will find in a dump, you can find out here. So they do it annually and try and clean up. A lot of plastics coming out here because every boat that passes this side of the island, if anyone throws off anything, it's coming in. Any of the homes that are to the east and south of where we are, if there's a lot of rain, have anything in their backyard that washes down into the coastline, and then it washes down in this direction here. You can see fishing again, trying to do some catching. This is, as I said before, this is Chub Bay, known to some. We call it Congor Bay. Lots of conger eels out here, so don't walk across the reef here. Don't walk across the reef anywhere in Barbados, even if you have on good foot attire, because you can step on a lionfish or something. You don't want that to happen. So if you're going on a reef, don't walk about the reef unless you have on some sturdy footwear. So the path down to this beach, I know if you go down here we lose the signal, but the path down to this beach is just down here. That's where he would have gone just now to go and do his fishing. You can see him hop, skipping and jumping across there. Obviously very familiar with this location. You see another rod up there sticking up as well on that. So I don't know if that's the one he left earlier on. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so we hope you've enjoyed this walk with us this morning. Our purpose for coming on this here is to heal. Our purpose for doing what we do is sharing love so we can receive love, because love is what heals. You know, being honest and sincere. We are not going to make up anything. What you're going to see is real Barbados. What we talk about is what we feel. Whether it is what others feel or not is not relevant, because we are who are doing the vlog. We are going to talk with what we feel. We're going to talk with what we think. Sometimes what we think could be done better. Sometimes what could be done a little less confusion. You know, we try and do whatever we can, but our main purpose is to bring you to see beautiful Barbados, so that you can also heal through vision, through hearing, you know, and also through your memories, because a lot of you have been here before. A lot of you may not be able to come back here because you cannot get on an aircraft, or physically you're challenged, or financially you're challenged, or health-wise you're challenged. So, you know, a lot of people don't make it here anymore, but we bring you here. I have some friends, I used to call him my adopted father, Benoit, and his family, the Santeri family. They've been coming here for years, and a lot of the older family no longer can make it here. A couple of them have died, so we bring them here because they get a chance to live in their memories and forge their visions with their memories, and turn a day that could be just a normal day into something really spectacular and beautiful. Right now, you can't get anything more beautiful. You know why? You're looking at me. That's all I can tell you. I know when I go home, I'm going to freeze frame this camera right on this spot, because I'm going to be looking at myself. So let me make sure I can see myself with all my profiles. There we go. It's just a little sample. Imagine me in front of a mirror. Anyway, thanks again for joining us this morning. Jeanette and myself, thank you for walking with us on our journey. Remember, you're not walking our journey. You're walking with us on our journey, but you're walking your own. You're walking to your own light. I know that if you're on here, you not only want to see the beauty of Barbados, but you also want to be the best person that you can be. There will always be a judgment day, and on that judgment day, you want to make sure that you can be the best version of who you can be, and also you want to be the best version of who you can be for those around you, because you know people are being challenged right now. I am being challenged, Jeanette's being challenged, everybody's being challenged, but you know what? This helps me to cope with the day better, and hopefully it will also help you to cope with the day better. You know, you woke up this morning to a beautiful sunrise. You've woken up to some absolute stunning natural beauty. You've woken up seeing the most handsome man in the world. You've listened to the best and most uprightly trained baritone voice that you can imagine. And you're here in Barbados with us, and you're walking our company. Thank you for walking the Journey 246 with us. Thank you for spreading the word called love. You know, if you come to community, and I keep saying that because that's where you will get hundreds and hundreds of people that will gather together just to enjoy life and have a good time and share love. You come to community, you know, you hear people, you walk by people say, how are you going? You know, I love you. Or you come here to share love again today? Yes, we're here to share love again. If you're camera shy, you know, indicate in a gentle way that you're camera shy. Some people, you know, can be a little bit hostile when they don't want a camera around them, but they're beginning to settle now because they realize they're not doing it on purpose. But to be honest with you, there are some people that do not like a camera, and you all know my memory. So if I put a camera on you because last week you told me, Nicholas, don't put your camera on me, and I put a camera on you, do not be concerned. I forgot. Just remind me. I don't have my co-star on me right now, so please remind me, okay? Because I am going to forget for sure. Anyway, from Congor Bay, from Chub Bay, from Bath Beach, from St. John in Barbados, from the Caribbean, you know, from a part of this world where you all are from, we thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time. We don't take your time for granted. You know, you could be doing a lot of other things right now. I don't know what else you could be doing that's better than what you're doing right now, because you're with an amazing person on an amazing journey. So anyhow, You could be doing something better. You could be rushing to get to work. You still found 2 minutes out, because I know people, I say we know people that come on here and take 2 minutes of this and then go to work in a better way than they were before they started the day. I know some people that come on here that pretty much give up on life and then say to themselves, you know what? I have seen his perils and I've seen his tribulations. I've seen his challenges. And if he can do it, I can do it too. If that's an encouragement to you, wonderful. You can look right down there at the point. You'll see someone else out there walking right out on that reef. You can see the reef above water way out. I think low tide is at 8 something this morning, so it's still got to get a little lower. But people walk all around out there and pull sea cat and stuff out the reef and other things that they do out there as well. But you can't have all that fun in Barbados. Just have your right foot gear. Remember, we always say, and I'm going to continue saying this here, and Jeanette told me, because I heard that enough, but Jeanette, shut your ears, because what you're about to hear now, we're going to hear it again. If you're coming to Barbados and you are exploring Barbados, there are 2 sets of footwear you're going to want. One is a hiker, so that you can take in these perilous areas that get very slippery and where you cannot see big holes, crab holes and breakaway coral and under sargassum, big drop-offs, etc. So you're going to want a pair of hikers. And secondly is, you want a pair of beach shoes. Anyone that tells you that if you're coming to Barbados, you don't need beach shoes and you're planning to explore, they don't know you're planning to explore, that is all. You can walk any beach in Barbados without a beach shoe, but when you're doing these areas, West Coast right now, anywhere that's had a lot of erosion, you want beach shoes, you want the protection. You don't have to tan in them, you don't have to walk boats, so you got a planter's foot. You can walk around in comfort, take them off, when you see, wash them off, stay on the beach, whatever. But if you walk in the coastlines of Barbados, you get your right attire. And you will, one thing you will say, when you walk in Barbados without your beach shoe, you step on a piece of metal that's sticking up from an old gable that's broken up, or a piece of glass, or a coral head that cuts you or something. As I said before, this is not the beaches where you go to hang out. These are the other beaches you're exploring. You will say to yourself, Nicholas told me to wear beach shoes. That's all you will say. Rather than say, he didn't tell me nothing. Well, that's all I'm doing. We just warn you what can happen. Beautiful Barbados. Beautiful people on here with us. Awesome energy. For anyone else that comes on later today, thank you for taking your time to watch us. You know, if you have friends and family, all of us have friends. Some of us have friends who would understand what a journey is all about. Some people will know about striving to find love and find happiness and care in this world. Some people understand that. Then there's some that really don't care. They just want to have a good time. And it's not that they're not your friends, they're your friends. It's just as they believe in life in different ways. They have different values to life. So the ones that want peace, that need serenity in their life, that want to take the edge off of life, the blade of life that cuts you all the time, ask them to come and walk with us. The ones that want to go along that don't really care too much about anything at all, just waiting on Friday night party or midweek rum drinks party or whatever the case may be, well, they might need to come this way, but you don't need to spend your time or embarrass yourself telling them about what we do, because they probably won't understand. Bring other similar-minded people. Hold their hand. Walk with them on their journey, because I will tell you, the more of us that go forward with love, the more love we're going to feel, and the more we're going to heal, and the more we're going to grow. Have a blessed day from beautiful Barbados. I leave you for 30 seconds, and I'm going to give you a little pan, but very, very slowly. You can take in this absolutely stunning outback area that we've taken you to today. God bless you all. Live in peace, live in harmony. Remember, love is to be shared, but it has to start with you. If you don't love yourself, if you can't forgive yourself for things in the past and move on from there, then you're going to have a struggle. So come to people like us, and we will explain to you why it's important to throw away everything you've done wrong before, because at that time you did it in your best thoughts. Most of us do that. However, it's time to move on now. It's time to move towards peace and love. Join us, walk with us. Jeanette and myself say bye to you all. We are the Journey 246.